Well, would you look at me? I'm going to be reviewing a game that's semi-relevant right now because the franchise the game is based on is being rebooted. This gives me the perfect opportunity to talk about a Mega Drive game and feel some sort of importance, some semblance of worth, a fucking slice of significance and value. If you hadn't guessed or looked at the title of the video because you just love my shit that much that when you see a new video that I've released you just click on it without even reading anything because you're that excited, I'm going to be looking at a Ghostbusters game because the new movie is out right now, or is going to be out, or has been out for a while and I'm late. Let's take a look at Ghostbusters on the Mega Drive. So let's just get this out of the way. I've never seen Ghostbusters. Yeah, I know, it's proper mental, that, innit? Well, you know what? I don't give a shit about Ghostbusters. I don't have any desire to watch the old one, and I certainly have no desire to watch the new one. And before you ask, yes, it is because of the females, obviously, because females shouldn't be allowed to do anything but fix me a chicken dinner and look good in calendar photos and Argos catalogues. Alright, so now that I've irreparably burnt multiple bridges, let's talk about a Mega Drive game from the 90s based on a movie from the 80s in the hopes that this video even tenuously ties in with the release of a 2016 reboot. So, we open up with a montage of dramatically lit Ghostbusters to a 16-bit rendition of the Ghostbusters theme. The fourth guy isn't there though, but as I understand it, he isn't even in the movie until later, so it doesn't really matter. In some ways, having him in the game would have mucked up its nice, obvious character stats thing a la Streets of Rage. And by the way, when given a choice between a select group of characters, and one of those characters is Bill Murray, you do the obvious thing. Take a steamy shit on the portion of the screen not occupied by Bill Murray, then select Bill Murray. Oh my god, look at his smile. Oh my god, look at that head. Never mind that smile, look at that fucking noggin. Well, I suppose the design does help differentiate the characters since they all wear the same uniform. So when the game actually kicks off, you get a choice between 4 haunted buildings, each bigger than the last, with a higher money reward the larger they get. Clearly an indication of difficulty. Starting with the easiest and smallest of levels is probably the best idea because there's a progression and upgrade system, which incentivizes exploration and successful capture of the ghost bosses throughout the levels, but more on that later. Between levels, you're given the options to visit an item shop and a weapon shop. At the item shop, you can buy Peking Duck to fill up your life pits if you're looking a bit worse for wear, bombs to blow up ethereal, intangible ghosts, and infrared goggles. Oh no. Please do not tell me that means what I think it means. Yep, anyway, in the weapon store you get a whole bunch of gun upgrades and shields and shit, but oh my lordy is it expensive. Anyway, forget all that, time to get busting ghosts. I love that plan. I'm thrilled to be a part of it. Let us do this. So the actual main part of the game is pretty straightforward. Run, shoot, run and shoot, jump and shoot, you know, standard stuff. But one thing that makes me feel funky is the fact that you have to stand still to aim diagonally, and good golly gosh is it annoying. You can run and shoot directly ahead, no problem, but for some reason the designers thought you shouldn't be allowed to shoot diagonally and run at the same time. I can't really figure out why either, because it's not like it would have made the game any less hard, it would have just made it far less annoying. Sometimes in a stressful situation you'll accidentally press up and just stop dead, making it easy to be hit. In fact, there are a couple of little quirks with the controls that I just can't quite wrap my head around. For example, when crawling, you can't just turn back around and face the other way to shoot, you're stuck the way you're facing until you can stand up and change directions. It's particularly annoying here with these cute little miner bastards from the second level, coming down to rain their pickaxes on your unsuspecting body. In every level, there's a decent variety of enemies, ranging from classic slimes to flaming hamsters. Not only do you get normal enemies throughout the level, but you also get mini-bosses too, identified by the game as middle ghosts. If you hadn't guessed by now, this game is very much a Japanese developed game, which gives you the usual mistranslated awkward text, and that's the reason I think we have these things known as middle ghosts. I reckon they're meant to be called mid-level ghosts or something similar, but hey, I could be completely wrong. These mid-level ghosts are awesome too, and they're so hard that they could have easily been end-of-level bosses. This fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card harpy bitch is especially tricky because you can only do damage when you hit a head, which in case you haven't noticed means her entire hitbox is smaller than just my character's inflated fat fucking face. On top of that, she splits into 3 and the hitbox cycles between the 3 heads, making this boss fight even harder. You also get neat male ghosts like this guy, who reminds me a lot of the Dynamite heady boss Gentleman Jim, except instead of a creepy puppet, he's a ghost who magics up a fucking ravenous hell dog. As a matter of fact, across the board, this game is pretty solid. The music is really good, especially the track that plays before the level starts, when the occupant of the house gives you a brief hint at what to expect in the level. It's super eerie, but also kinda sad. I love it. The visuals pop, but there isn't an overuse of colour, and everything looks like it belongs in the same world. In this ice level, your character breathes out a little of warm air. I love it. The little things like that really immerse you, and it shows that the artist cared a lot about the game. The idle animation is even cute, but it does kind of look like a Ghostbuster is doing a poo, but he's really nervous about it. Anyway, once you beat a middle ghost, you're given the opportunity to capture them in a trap for some extra cash. But it's really tricky, and I gotta admit, about half the time the ghost got away. When you beat the proper end of level boss though, you're not given the option. The level just ends and you're treated to a picture of your Ghostbuster holding a big bag of steamy shit. Each level has a different theme, like just an ordinary house, or a water ice level, or a fire level. Now listen, this friggin' fire level has the classic, this level is super dark and not visible until you equip an item that only temporarily allows you the fucking privilege of seeing the whole fucking screen thing going on. It doesn't help that the game is already pretty fucking hard, but at least you get 10 continues, so at least they're not being massive jacks about it. So this game does actually make me want to watch Ghostbusters, and to be fair, I know it's a great film, but I just don't care. Back off, man. I'm a YouTuber. So I suppose if you're hankering for some Ghostbusters goodness before the new film is out, if you're even bothered about going to see what seems to look like a horrible train wreck, then go play Ghostbusters on the Mega Drive, assuming you have a Mega Drive. Oh fuck it, just go play Overwatch. It's new, and there's like a dragon ghost in it. It's like a translucent dragon ghost.